Hello, students. I welcome you to the session. I'm glad that you are here. So, today we are going to study about C++ languages. We will be studying language first and then we will be moving on to data structures and algorithm in the upcoming sessions. Right? So, what is a language according to you? Language is something which two persons use to communicate to each other. Like I am your teacher, you are my students. I am communicating to you in English. So that is a language. Similarly, when a programmer or a user have to communicate with computer, he or she has to use some language to communicate to computer. There can be many languages like Ruby, Java, Python, C, C++. For this session, we are gonna study about C++ languages, its syntax, everything, right? Okay. So, who developed this C language? It is developed by Brijan Straustorp in 1985. These are the very basic information that you should know, like who developed it and when it is developed. Just this information is enough, right? It is always good to know what you're studying and who developed it, right? So we will study from the basic structure of C++. As you can see on the screen, this is very clueless structure. Like I am very sure that as a beginner, you are very much afraid of like what has been shown to you on the screen. What does this include? IOStream, namespace, std, int main, brackets, round braces, curly braces, return zero, semicolon. What all are these written in this slide? So let me take you to the Dev C++ editor and let me write the same thing. And we will be understanding each and everything in detail, like every single word that is written on this Dev++ editor by me. Right? Right. Okay. So bear with me for 1 minute and I will show you what is written on this editor. So as you can see that I have written a similar kind of syntax that I have shown you in this slide. This slide, the same I have written on this Dev C++ editor. So what is this all about? This is the basic structure of a C++ language. This is the first thing that you have to write as a template while coding in C++. Okay, okay. So as you can see, there is a first line. So I really want you to listen very carefully to what I'm saying because it is the base, right? Okay. So what is written in this first line? Hash include IOStream. Here IO means input output. I stands for input, O stands for output. I will be showing you each and everything, why it is called input output, everything like that. Okay. Yes. So this is a header file. This IOStream is called as header file. It is a header file. What is a header file? It provides you with so many functions and functionalities that you can use while coding in C++. Suppose your exam of science is there in your school or college. So what you can do is you visit school library or a college library to take some similar kind of books, science books, to prepare for your examinations, right? Same way, this is a library. This is a header file in C++ languages that offers you many functionalities. It is a library from which you are taking many inbuilt functionalities. I will clear this point in a while, like what functionalities we can take from this IOStream. But for now, take this IOStream as a library. The library in your school from where you issue books. Same way, it is the library in C++ from where you issue functions, inbuilt functions, right? To avoid preparing notes, to get something handy, right? Okay. Using namespace std, this syntax you have to quite a like, you have to learn this kind of syntax, and also I'll be explaining what it says. Okay, so I will come to this using namespace std later, after 3 to 4 minutes after explaining what this says. Okay, now the next syntax in fifth line is int main, round braces and then curly braces, and some content is written inside these curly braces. What are these curly braces? Whenever, like, what is written in this is set of instructions that you want your computer to perform operations on. Int num, in num, out num, return 0. I'll explain each and everything line by line. Okay, so these four from line number 7 to 10 are the set of instructions. Every set of instruction is written inside these curly braces. These curly braces, everything you will write inside this curly braces. Okay, and there is a main function. This is like a manager. Like in the company you have several employees which report their work to the manager, like what they have done in the past week. So let's say I have created some function. This is not the exact syntax of declaring a function. We will be discussing in further lectures. Just get this thing in your head that these are some functions. Suppose this is employee one, like this is employee one, that this is function one, this is employee two, right? Okay, so whatever they have, they will come and ask to main functions that main function, please print our content. Like we are unable to print our content by ourselves, you please print. So what we will do, we will call these functions in this main. Okay, main function will say, okay, bring your content and I'll print them for you, because main function is responsible for operating on set of instructions. The lines written inside these curly braces in the main is responsible for your printing or taking input, whatever it is. So don't get yourself confused by these functions that I have written on the top. These are just for demo purposes. Like, what is a main function? It is the manager of some company, like this. Okay, it takes responsibility for printing the content of every function by calling it in itself, right? Okay, I hope these curly braces are clear to you. Okay, so why the return type? This is known as the return type or the data type. I will come to data types in the second session. For this session, just get what I'm saying. So this is int return type. What is this int return type is? Due to this, with the help of this int return type, we are able to return this 0. I'm sure that everybody knows that 0 is an integer. And yeah, 0 is an integer. Why we are writing return 0 at the end of every instruction? Like, okay, 8 to 10 are instructions. And on the 11th line, it is written that return 0. What does this return 0 says? It says, it denotes the success completion of this program. After every set of instructions, you will write a return 0. It means successful completion of a program. And as we are returning 0, which is an integer, that's why the return type of this main function is int. Or the data type of this main function is int. Data type is basically used to denote the type of variable. Return type is same as data type, but it is it is named as the return type. That is what a function is returning, right? We will be going in deep in next sessions. Don't worry about that. Okay. So I hope this return 0 and curly braces are clear to you. Oh, this is iostream. My bad. Okay. So like when I run this function, let me demonstrate you with something. I am pressing F11 key to run this function. Yeah, I have to comment out all this. After this, I am going to explain you some very crazy things, right? Okay. So the cursor is popping out. It means if I give a 12, it will print a 12 for me in the next line. How it happened, like how this magic happened. It is because of this C in and C out. C in, C in is used to get input from the user, right? And C out is used to print that input. I have inputted 12 and it printed 12 for me, right? Okay. This C in and C out are the functions I'm talking about. I'm saying that you have issued some books from library, and similarly you have issued C in and C out functions from this IOStream. IOStream is that header file which offers you this functionalities, C in and C out functionalities to you. Okay, so this C in is used to take input, this C out is used to take output. Every time when you are taking input, you have to use this right shift arrows. And every time when you are printing some output, you have to use this left shift arrows, right? Okay, now you're asking using namespace std. Only this line is left unexplained, like this is left without explaining. Apart from this, everything is, I hope you all are clear with this. And there's much more to explain. Okay, so what is this using namespace std? These arrows which I'm talking about, what I'm talking about, these arrows, this is provided, these arrows are provided by std functions, right? Okay. There is another syntax also. If you want to comment out, I'll also tell this comment out thing in the upcoming video, in this video only. Okay. Yeah. If you want to avoid, if you want to avoid this std writing using namespace std, then you can do like this. Okay, you can do like this. Yeah, I think there is some error. Yeah. Okay, so we have to do this here also. Yeah, so we have to do this here also. Oh, there is a space required. Sorry for the typos. Yeah, so this is how you take input and print the output. If you are using this line using namespace std, it will provide you printing and getting input functionalities. If you don't wish to write this line on the top, like after this IOStream, then what you have to do, every time when you use C in and C out, you have to use this syntax. STD colon colon. This is fixed. So programmers while coding have this something in their mind, like they tend to forget writing this std colon colon. So for the safety purposes, to avoid these mistakes, it is always better to write this line only using namespace std. Otherwise you will be having so many c in and c out in the video, in the while programming, that you will be forgetting writing std colon colon again and again. So it is better to write this using namespace std on the top. I hope I'm clear with this syntax. Okay. So you can see that there is a semicolon kind of thing here. So what is this semicolon? Like, I'm very eager to ask you, what is this semicolon here? So suppose I am writing a sentence. I love playing chess. This is the sentence I have written. After every sentence, you end a sentence with a full stop. When you are writing something in English, article writing, email writing, every paragraph writing, you end a sentence using full stop. This full stop denotes that the sentence is ended, right? Same way in C++, after every line, you have to put this full stop. Like, I love playing chess, semicolon, right? Although this is not the exact syntax of printing this line, I'll show you how to print. But I'm saying, like, what is the significance of this semicolon? In Hindi, you are having something Purna Viram. and English you are having something full stop. Same way you have semicolon in the C++ language, right? I hope I'm clear with this. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me delete each and everything here. So how can you print? Now I'll show you something very nice. How can you print a sentence? Suppose I want to print this, I love playing chess. How will you print this sentence? Can you tell me? Okay. So what I can do is, I just told you that IOStream provides with two functionalities, taking input from the user and printing that input. So you will do cout, I love playing chess. Whatever you will write inside this semicolon, this parenthesis, these parentheses will be going to print. So this is how you print anything in C++. Anything written inside these or I can say this single parenthesis is you can print. Okay. Yes. Suppose you have to perform a calculations. I hope that you are clear with this cout and this left shift arrows. Cout functionality is provided by IOStream and this left shift is by std, right? Okay. Suppose I have to make a calculations. I suppose I am somewhere and I have forgot my phone, and then how I will calculate two numbers. Let's take this scenario. Suppose I want to calculate 3 plus 4. What is 3 plus 4? If you write in parentheses, if you write in parentheses, it will not give you 7. Remember, my friend, it will not give you 7. Why? It will give you 3 plus 4. As you can see in the editor, it will give you 3 plus 4. Because previously, just now I told you, whatever you write inside these parentheses will be printed same way. So, Sonia, then how can I sum these 3 and 4? No need to print, no need to write these 3 and 4 inside the parentheses. Simply write 3 plus 4. You get 7, right? So, in order to summarize, when you have to print something, write it in these parentheses, and whenever you have to make a calculation, 3 plus 4, 3 into 4, 4 divided by 3, something like that, then cout it without using these parentheses. Calculations are made simply and sentences are printed in the parentheses. Okay. I hope you're clear with this point. Okay. So suppose I have to print a 10. So how can I do? Okay. I did a simply cout 10, right? Oh, I forgot to write this line return 0. Although it will not impact your code very much, but this line will is very important to get a glimpse like, okay, my program is successfully compiled and completed, right? It will give you confidence. Okay. It is printed 10. Suppose, Sonia, I don't want to print 10 just on the screen from the leftmost part. I have to print this 10 in the center of that output box. So how can you do? You can do like something like this. Parenthesis includes a lot of spaces, and then again use a left shift and then see the result. You can see your 10 is not intacted to this leftmost part. It has printed some spaces and then printed some 10. So this parenthesis also accepts something which is called as space. If I'm writing something like this, it will first print this and then print 10. Whatever is written first is printed first on the output screen, right? Okay. I hope this cout is very much clear to all of you. Now cin used to take a input. Cin takes a input from you, right? Suppose I have written int num. I'll explain you what this int num is. Bear with me for some time. Cin num. So the cursor is popping out. It means it is asking me for some kind of output, input. So I filled a 12. Okay, but it is not printed because I have not written a C out. So generally what happen is there is a fault in C++ languages which is known as segmentation fault. Segmentation fault. And this also does the same activity. What activity? Cursor is popping out again and again. So it is hiding, it is showing, it is hiding, cursor is blinking in this fold. And in cin also, while taking input also, the cursor is blinking. So user will get confused, programmer will get confused if it is a segmentation fault error or it is asking for the input. Even myself, when I used to code, na, sometimes it happens. When a pointer blinks, when a cursor blinks, I used to think that, oh, segmentation is fault is there, and I forgot that, okay, it is asking me for some input. So to avoid this mishappening to you, done to you, it is always very nice practice to write a C out line. And in C out you can write anything, like suppose you are writing enter the number and then you are asking for user to give the number. Oh, they see, I forgot to write a semicolon. That's why it is giving me some error, right? Okay. Now it is very much clear in the output screen that I have to enter the number. Firstly, there was nothing printed. I was very confused whether I should give my name, I should give my roll number, what should I give? But here it is clearly saying enter the number. It means I have to definitely enter a number, right? Sometimes it happens that, okay, suppose I am writing a ch. Char is character data type, we will come to it later. And I am saying enter a, I am not saying anything, I am just taking input from the user, right? I am just taking input from the user. See what happens, what blunder will happen. Okay, I have given a 12. This is false. Why? Because I have included character data type and I am giving a number 1 2, which is wrong. It will mislead a programmer. So every time you should include this cout statement. Enter the character. Enter the character. Character spelling might be wrong. Sorry for that. Okay. Enter the character. Now it is very clearly understood. Like, okay, the user wants me to enter a character. I'll enter S, the first letter of my name, right? Okay, it is very easily understood. Okay. So I hope till now you are all clear about hash include IOStream. I denotes input, O denotes output. Why IOStream? Because it has input output functionalities in the form of cin and cout. Using namespace std int main. This is the syntax of C++, basic syntax. After main, you have to write a round braces as they have written the round braces. This is the syntax. Okay. Curly braces are used to contain the set of instructions. C in, C out, semicolon, left shift, right shift, return 0. So I think by this point you are very much clear about the basic syntax of this C++ language. Okay. Now I will tell you a secret about C++ language. After the basic syntax, I will tell you some facts about C++ language. It is very important to learn C++ in order to be a programmer, or any language in order to be a programmer. So this is the basic structure that you have to learn, practice, play with it as much as you can, right? Okay. So I will tell you some facts about C++ language. Fact number 1. I will be also telling you like why some text is blue, why some text is green, why some text is black in the later video. Okay, fact number one, uh, C++ is a case sensitive language. It is a case sensitive language. What do you mean by this statement, Sonia? Case sensitive means it treats it treats small a and it treats small a and capital A as different characters, as different characters, right? It treats small a and a as different characters, right? Okay, okay. So, okay, this is the fact number one about C++ languages. Now, do you have any proof for it? Like how it treats the how C++ treats this small a and capital A as different? Okay. Yes. Okay. Suppose I have some example to show you. Okay. So, I was telling you how C++ is a case sensitive language. Suppose I have written int a is equal to 10 and I am printing this as capital A. Let me see what result it will give. Oops, see the error message. It is showing capital A was not declared in the scope. This errors usually compiler prints when there is not any declaration. I'll tell you about what is declaration. For this time, just know how or why it is a case sensitive language. Case, okay. I have written int small is equal to 10 and I have tried printing cout capital A. It is not giving me output. It means it is not treating this capital A as a small a. But if I write cout A and then I press a F11, it will give me the output as 10, as you can see in the on the output screen, right? It means it is treating this as different. Suppose I am taking a capital Z and I am printing a small z, printing using a small z, it will again give the same error. Small z was not declared in the scope. And if I tried printing it using capital Z, it will print this 10. This shows it is a case sensitive language. It treats small alphabets and capital alphabets as different. Okay, I hope I am clear with the point. Okay, so now I'm gonna tell you a very crazy thing. Okay, like pay attention to this. It is a very great thing to know. Okay, let me delete something. Let me make it very clear, neat, and clean syntax. Okay, I hope this cleared syntax is clear to you. Okay, yeah. Suppose someone asks me, Sonia, can you can you calculate the power of third, power of 2, power of 2? Someone is asking me, Sonia, can you calculate the third power of 2? And I said, yes. Then he will ask me how. I will say, I will multiply this 2 into 2 into 2 3 times. And it is obviously not wrong. If I get the output for this, it is 8, which is right. Okay. Then he said, okay, Sonia, can you calculate the 23rd power of 2? I will say, okay, 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into say, so on. He stopped me. Oh, wait. If I'll say you 2300 power of 2, he is mad actually. I was like, I cannot do so. I cannot write 2 2300 times. Okay. Then he explained me a great way to do so. How to calculate the power of 2 in a great way, in a very unlengthy way. Okay, suppose I have to calculate the third power of 2. He told that you can do like this: see out POW 2 comma 3. And I was like, what is this? Like, what magic happened? Okay, so yeah, I think I'm missing something. Okay, yeah, yes. It is giving me a error. Pow function is not defined. This pow function stands for the power function. It is an inbuilt function in C++. It is an inbuilt function in C++ which helps you calculate the power of a number by the ith power it is told, right? Okay. So now it is giving me some error. Pow function was not declared. What should I do? Can anybody suggest? I have to badly calculate the power of 2 to the power 3, but I am not able to do so. So you will include another header file. You will include another header file which is known as math.h. See, these are the header files that you have to learn. These names you have to learn. Okay. Power function is provided by the math.h library. Like IOStream provided you with C and Cout functionalities, same way this math.h functionality library provides you with this power functionality. Now if I press F11, it will give me 8. Wow, that's a magic happened. Okay. Previously, when I was not including this math.h, it was giving me a error. Pow is not defined, was not declared in the scope. But as I included this library, it gives me the power of 2 to the power 3. Similarly, suppose I am giving you some example. Suppose I have to perform 100 things. I have to perform 100 mathematical operations, opers. I have to perform 100 mathematical operations, and for these 100 mathematical operations, suppose there are 100 libraries. It will be, believe me, it will be very difficult for me to include all of these 100 libraries. It will be very difficult. I can't do so. I can't do so. So what can I do, Sonia? Can you provide me with a good way? Like, okay, if I have to perform 100 operations of maths, and for that I have to include 100 libraries like math.h, xyz.h, abc.h, I cannot include 100 header files for those 100 functionalities. Can you provide me an alternate way that writing just one library I can use any function, any inbuilt function? Yes, my students, I can give you some functionality. Sorry, I can give you some header file which have lots of functionalities, lots of inbuilt functions. So what is this? What is this? Let me tell you. So drum rolls. This header file name is bits stdc++.h. Yes, bits stdc++.h. It has infinite functionalities. You can do whatever you want including this header file. What does this do? What does this header file do? What does this header file do? It will help you to avoid writing so many header files for so many functionalities. Just by writing one header file, by including one header file, you can get multiple functionalities. Now if I run this pow function, let us take a look if it works or not. Okay, yeah, it worked. It worked. 8 is printed. I can do anything. The more functionalities that I can perform with this bits std, we will discuss in the further sessions. This is the first session, so pow function is enough for you to understand. The main thing I want to tell you is about this bits std. While programming, you can include this header file and do whatever functionalities you can. Take whatever you can take from it. But sometimes it is avoided. In some interviews, it is avoided. Bits std is avoided. Why? Because suppose, let us talk about the worst case. Suppose you need 3 to 4 functionalities. Okay, and suppose this header file comes with lakhs of functionalities. Lakhs of functionalities. It is unnecessarily we are including this bits std. We just need 3 to 4 functionalities, but we are including this header file. It means out of those lakhs of functionalities, only 3 to 4 functionalities are useful to us. So, in some interviews or some cases, writing this header file is completely prohibited. But for your comfort, you can use this header file while practicing. But in interviews, you have to learn about header files, what header file provides you what functionality, and you have to manually, I said manually, include those header files, right? But for coding, making your coding journey smooth, you can use it, right? Yeah. So I hope you all are clear with this bits std c++ header files concept and what is a header file, right? Okay. Now I want to tell you a very good thing. Okay. Let me comment out this. Let me comment out. Delete this to make the syntax neat and clean again. Otherwise, you will be getting confused. Okay. Again, we have come up to such a syntax which is very clear. We started from where? We started from this simple syntax. Na? We again came back here. Now, what is the another functionality I want to tell you? I have a secret name and it is called endl. Wow, it seems great. What is the full form of this endl? It is end line. Okay, Sonia, what this end line functionality do? Okay, bear with me for 1 minute. I'll tell you what this do. Right? Okay. Suppose I'm writing Sonia is a very good girl. Sonia is a very good girl. Okay. I'm writing my students are also very good. मैंने थोड़ी अपनी तारीफ की थोड़ी आपकी, right? Sonia is a very good girl. My students are very good girl. Let me print this. What we will be getting as output? Oh, we got a Sonia is a very good girl. My students are very also good. Also very good. Okay, no issues with that. Whatever I have printed, it shows me as the output. But it is not looking like very readable. It is a mix of two sentences. This is very sad actually. Why this is sad? It is kind of not giving me a readable sense. Oh, both the sentences are mixed with each other. There is no space, nothing like that. Okay. Let me give one space. Let me give some spaces. Okay. Okay. Finally, it has given spaces between two sentences. Sonia is a very good girl. My students are also very good. But still, how much time, like how many times we will do this space kind of thing if we have to print multiple sentences? This will not look readable. It will look like a paragraph, a very mixing paragraph, very confusing paragraph. So is there anything with you, Sonia, to help us? Yes, I have a endl function with me to help you all. Okay, if I write endl, endl, whose full form is end line, if I write this endl, let us see what magic will happen. Boom. Wow. So my students are also very good is shifted to the next line. So I hope you have some idea what this end will do. It will break your line and bring the sentences in the next line. Right? Yes. Suppose I am writing 3 plus 4. Suppose I am writing 3 plus 4 endl. In the next line I am writing 5 plus 6. It will give me good user experience to read. It will print both the numbers in the next line. In one line, it is, oh, sorry, I forgot to use an endl after this students wala good line. Okay. Yeah, it is giving so much of readable format. Sonia is very good girl. My students are also good. 7, 11. See how pretty, how beautiful it is, how systematic and organized it is looking when the text are shifted to the next line. So this is very important. This endl is very important, right? So this is all about the functionality of this endl function. I hope you all are very clear with this end line functionality, right? So let me clear it out and let's get back to the basic syntax we started from. Again, we have come up to the same syntax that we are started from. We started from, right? Okay. So what is the next topic in my magic box actually? Like, okay, so what next topic you're gonna teach us? So I have a very good topic for you to teach, for me to teach you, that is variables. Variables. Oh, this is a very nice topic actually, and it will help you a lot in programming, right? Okay, so what is this variable? By this time of video, I think 30 to 35 minutes maybe, I have written so much content, and variables was one of them. When I wrote int num is equal to 10, this num is a variable. This num is a variable. So we have three things while programming in C. First is the data type. Okay. Second is the variable name. Variable. Third is the equal to sign and then value. As you can see, everything is same. If I shift it, okay, int is a data type. There is a equal to sign. There is a value 10. And there is a semicolon. Let us move it far. This is the basic syntax of declaring a variable. Int num is equal to 10, where int is a data type, num is a variable. Our main focus will be on this num. Whatever you write, whatever name you will give to this 10 or this value is your variable. Here I have given num name to my value 10. Every time when I talk about 10, I will say cout num, print num. Even I'll say hello num. By saying num, I am calling this 10 value. Instead of saying hello 10, I am saying hello num. Num is the variable name for this value 10. You can write anything. Hello Sonia is equal to 10, right? Sorry, int Sonia is equal to 10. This is also acceptable. You want me to show this? For sure, I'll show you this. Int Sonia is equal to 10. Oh, it is not printed. Let me print it. See out, it is not looking very organized. It is looking like bad. So I'll write this. I just maintained a space to explain you. See out Sonia. Okay. Oh, it is printed as 10. Now, is there any problem in writing? I told you you can write any variable name. Int student. You can write any name, any variable name. Variable can be anything. You can write any name. In student, see out student. By saying this line that you can write any variable name, I have given you full freedom to use any variable name. But this is not the case, my child. This is not the case. If I write number, every single people on this planet Earth will be getting to know, okay, this is a number. 10 is a number. 10 is a number. But if I write Sonia, people will say 10 is a Sonia. Isn't it looking very funny? Int Sonia is equal to 10. Okay, I'm your teacher, Sonia. You're my student. You're aware of my name. Okay, you 20 to 30 people, whatever people, know my name, Sonia. Okay, you will understand the syntax. Okay, int Sonia is equal to 10. Sonia is a variable name, 10 is the value to that variable. Okay. But if I show this code to a person who is not aware of my name, he will or she will think that, oh, I got every line of this C++ code, but I am not understanding what is this Sonia. From whom I ask, what is this Sonia? So it is the first quality of a programmer to always give the variable name that is understood, that is easily understood by everybody on this planet Earth, every programmer. So if I say you can give any name, it doesn't mean that I have given you the freedom to write any name. Write your house number like that. Write a blanket. Write int t is equal to this, int coffee is equal to this. No, you cannot use this name. This will not give you error, but these are not readable. No one can guess int t is equal to 10. What is this tea or coffee? Biscuits is equal to 10. Okay, you should give some variable name which is understood by everyone, right? Okay, I hope you're clear with this thing. Okay, there are some restrictions for writing a variable name. Like I said, you cannot write tea, coffee, biscuits, blanket is equal to 10. Similarly, there are some other rules and naming conventions for a variable name to write. You cannot simply write variable name anything. There are some few more conventions. But before moving to those conventions, I will want to make you familiar with three keywords. Three words actually. Declaration, declaration, initialization, displaying. Okay. Declaration, initialization, displaying. Right. What do you mean by declaration? When I write int x semicolon, it means I am declaring this. I am declaring this x. In the next line, I am writing. Okay, wait. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Okay. So, if I write this in text semicolon, it means I'm declaring it. I'm just declaring it. I'm not giving it a value, right? If I write x is equal to 10, it means now I am declaring, now I am initializing it. Initializing. Initializing means when you give your variable a value. Here, x is my variable. I am giving it a value 10. It means I have initialized, I have started this variable, right? If I write a cout x, it means I am finally displaying it. Displaying it, right? Displaying it. Yeah. You can write it in either ways. You can directly write in text is equal to 10 or simply first declare, then initialize, right? And then print, same way. Or you can do declaration and initialization together, like here. Declaration and initialization is going together, hand in hand. And here they are separated. Firstly declared, then initialized, right? Now let us talk about some naming conventions to the variable you can give, right? Okay. So there are few more conventions. Conventions is the rule and regulations. Like in school, you have some rules and regulations now. You have to wear a tie, you have to polish your shoes, you have to beat your hair, you have to dress proper, you cannot bring any weapon or something like that to the school. So there is also some conventions in the programming language regarding these variables. Regarding variables, right? Okay, okay. So first is your variable name can include alphabets, alphabets, digits, underscore, underscore. You know what is underscore? This is underscore. Okay. Your variable name can include this. It means I can write in text or something like that x20 or x underscore 23 like that. Okay. So your variable name can include in alphabets, digits, underscore. Second rule is variable variable name cannot start with digit. This is very important. Mark my words, this is very important. You cannot write variable name starting with number. You can write like this: Sonia 96, this 9671 is equal to 10. This is completely acceptable. This is acceptable. Your variable name is Sonia 9671. It is starting with a alphabet SONIA and then a number. It is fine. But if you write a vice versa, 9671 Sonia, it is wrong. It is wrong. It is the convention that it is not acceptable. You cannot write a variable name starting from a digit. Yes, you can write it starting from a underscore. This is totally acceptable. Acceptable. So what is the first convention? You can include alphabet, digits, underscore, but your variable name cannot start with a digit. Like you have seen Instagram IDs now. In Instagram IDs, firstly you have a name. Suppose my I don't have an Instagram account, but still my Instagram ID, if I would have like Sonia underscore Malik, then a 2345 something like that, so on. Something like that. Insta IDs are generally used to be like that. Okay. Yeah. So remember it by this hint, this example. Also, okay. I hope this is also clear. Now the third convention is, okay, this is the first convention, this is the second convention, this is the third. Third convention is no spaces in variable name. No spaces in variable name. Mark my words. If I'm writing, suppose I want to write a variable name as Sonia. Again, if I say a Sonia, it will give bad impact because variable name should be very understandable. Suppose if my variable name is number is equal to 10. Int number is equal to 10. This is correct. This is correct. If I write it like this, num space bur, it is 10, it is wrong. You cannot have a space between this variable name. Number should be continuous. Number should be continuous. You cannot have a space between this variable name. It is wrong. Okay, this is the third convention. Fourth convention is, okay, it should not be reserved. It should not be reserved. You cannot put a variable name. Okay, suppose I'm writing int long is equal to 10. It is wrong. You are giving long as the variable name. Long is a reserved keyword. It is reserved. It is a data type. You cannot use something which is reserved. You have to google it and see what are the reserved keywords. What reserved keywords we cannot use: break, go to, statement if else, like that. We will talk it about later. But this is one of the reserved keywords. You cannot use this reserved word for your variable name. Suppose my name is Sonia. Sonia is not reserved. There may be thousands of girls whose name is Sonia in this country or outside the country, right? In this world. But if I have some exam, then my seat of examination hall is reserved. No one can sit on the seat that is reserved for me in my examination time. I only have the privilege to be at that seat, right? So that is what you mean by reserved. There are some words, google it for me. Okay, there are some words that a compiler reserve. It says users and programmers, dear users and programmers, you cannot use these words, these are reserved. Use any word, any sensible, any understandable, readable word, but not these reserved keywords, right? So this is the fourth convention. And the fifth one is, okay, okay, no, it is not having any fifth conventions. Okay, it is having any it is only having these four conventions. So it can include alphabets, digits, underscore, but cannot start with a digit. Variable name should not have spaces, and it should not be a reserved keyword, right? These are the four conventions that you should keep in mind while giving a variable name, while declaring, initializing, and printing, right? Okay. So take a look at this curly braces instructions that I'm highlighting by selecting it. And after that, take a look on this four conventions, and then I'll be clearing it out for the next topic. Okay, by this point, I hope you all are aware like how to declare a variable, or how what are all the conventions that you can give to a variable. So let me clear it out. Okay. The next topic is types of writing. Types of writing in C++. It is again a similar, it is a subtopic for convention. The thing which I have taught you just now, it is a subtopic of it. Like how can you give the variable name? There are two more styles. Two more styles for giving variable names. Okay. Two more slides to give variable names. Slides, sorry. Styles. Slip of tongue. Okay. The first one is snake case writing. You know snake? Snake is an okay. Snake case writing. Snake is an animal, right? Snake case writing. Okay. Snake case writing. So what happens in this writing? Like these are the two ways of giving. These are the two ways of giving a variable name. Firstly, suppose I am writing Sonia Malik. Oh, I'll not write Sonia Malik, it will be bad. Number. Suppose I'm saying number digits. Suppose this is the variable name that I have given. Number digits is equal to 10. Right? Suppose I have given int number digits. Right. Now this is called as a snake case type of writing where everything is small alphabet. Everything is in lowercase. As you can see, number digits is having every alphabet, every character in the lowercase, small a to z. This is snake case because why it is called a snake case? Because snake is flat. It is longer in length, but it is flat. This is a snake, na? This is a snake. This is mouth. This is tail. So we call this type of writing as a snake case because everything is lowercase and very straight. Very straight. Right? Another way of writing is your camel case writing. Camel case writing. In camel case, what you will do is you will write the first word as lowercase, and second words first letter as capital, other are smaller, is equal to 10. See the difference between this and this. See, this is snake case, this is camel case. Everything is same, number digits, only the d is capital in camel case. Why it is called as camel case? If you have ever observed a camel wound, you have seen that it has a hump in which he stores food. It has a hump, like its body goes flat, and then a hump, and then flat. So you can see this, you can let me zoom it out. You can see this as a camel case. Firstly, it is going flat, then a bump, and then again flat, right? So that's why it is called a camel case writing. This capital D in between is treated as that hump, like a camel hump. That's why it is called as camel case. So these are the two ways of writing. So I hope you're clear with this topic. Let me clear it out. Next is your keywords. I will not go very deep in this topic. It is already you are aware of. Keywords are, I have told you, key Google out and see what are the reserved keywords that we are not allowed to use. These some of the keywords are int, long, if else statement, break statement, go to, while loop, for loop. Okay, these are the reserved keywords. If I write Sonia, I'm in love with my name, that's why I'm using it again and again. You can see when I wrote int, long, if else, break, go to, while, for, these are printed in bold style. These are printed in bold letters. But my why the partiality is with my name? My name is printed is in Sonia, simple, without bold. The things I when I started with this video, I already told you that you can see a variety of colors on this basic syntax. Some are green, some are black, some are bold, some are red, some are blue. It has a significance. Whatever it is written in this green, it gives you a sense of header file. Whatever is written in this bold, int, long, if else, using namespace, it means these are the reserved keywords. Reserved keywords are automatically printed as a bold. My name is a variable, it is simply printed without the bold. Okay, and these semicolon, bracket, parenthesis, this these sorry, this brackets, curly braces, semicolons, these are in red. Okay, so the color has a significance. So how will you identify a simple variable and a keyword? Keywords are always in black format, bold letters, and these are the things which we cannot use in our variable name. And Sonia is a simple variable name, right? This is what I mean by keywords. You can google them out and get to know. And in the upcoming sessions we will be studying about using loads of keywords in our programs, right? Okay, so let us move to the next topic, which is identifiers. So this topic is also not very deep. It is similar to variables. It is in fact another name for variables. If I'm writing, if I'm writing int num is equal to 10, this num is a variable and this variable is an identifier. Wherever I want to call this 10, I'll call hey num, see out num, hello num. Everybody in my house call me Sonia. And when they call it, I get to know like, okay, they are calling me because this name is given to me. This is my identity. Similarly, variable name is also an identifier. This is the identity for a particular thing. 10 has an identity of num. You have seen that on your Aadhaar card, it is written as Aadhaar number, something like that, and after this, some letters. So, this Aadhaar num is your identifier. This word shows that if someone will ask you, oh, please give me your the Aadhaar card number, how will you know like what he is asking me to give? If I ask you, give me, you will say like what will I give? If I say you give me your Aadhaar number, you will say, oh, Aadhaar card, take it. This Aadhaar number is your identifier. It tells you what I am asking to you, what I am expecting out of you, right? This is an identifier. It gives an identity. Basically, that's the concept of this identifier, and it is having same naming conventions as the variable name because variable and identifier are same. It has one of the conventions that I would like to show you. It tells you cannot perform any any arithmetic operations in variable name. Oh, this seems very confusing line. I'll show you. I can write int number is equal to 10, but I cannot write int. I can also write int sum is equal to 10, but I cannot write int sum minus 3, sum minus 3, or sum multiply 3 is equal to 10. Here I was trying to perform arithmetic operations in the variable name. It is false. I cannot do so. I cannot perform any arithmetic operation, any multiply, any modulo, any divide, things like that. Okay. So this is about this. And I cannot do like that. I cannot use this curly or this braces. This is the apart from all the conventions of variables, identifier has this extra conventions. Those four it is having, and plus one, this one it is having. It is having total five. I hope you're clear with identifier. It gives the identity, like what is what. 10 is what? 10 is a number. Number is an identity of 10. I'll not call 10, I'll call number every time. See out number, hey number, like that. I hope it is clear to you. Okay. Now, this is my favorite. Believe me, it is my one of the favorite concept. It is known as typedeffing. It is known as typedeffing. What do you mean by typedeffing or typedef? Popularly known as typedef. These are the very small concepts, but these are very crucial. Okay, these are very crucial concepts, right? Okay. So what does a typedeffing do is, this typedef helps you use short names for longer reserved keywords. Yes, I'm right in saying that, reserved keywords. Okay, reserved keywords, right? So let me show you something demonstrating it. If I'm writing, suppose int is very small, it is a 3 character word, it is not very impactful. Okay, suppose I am having a double, and I am having a double, num is equal to, double is also a data type, we will study in the next session, right? This all these data types, be with me till the next session. Double 10 is equal to 10.9. This is very long. This is a 5. This is also not very long, but in order to show you typedefing functionality, I am saying this thing, right? This is quite long. This is a 6 letters, 6 alphabets, 6 character word. double. I cannot write this double again and again. Suppose if I have to write 10 double statements, double num2 is equal to 90.8, and similarly, suppose I'm copy pasting it. I cannot write this much long, double every time. So what I can do is I can use typedeffing. Syntax for typedeffing is, after using namespace std, just include this line. Typedef, whatever you want to convert, double, in which you want to convert. Name it anything. Name it dd, d, any short name as per your convenience. Typedef double d. It means I am typedeffing. I am converting this double to D. I am not actually converting this double to D. This double is double only. But I am saying wherever this double is written, treat it like D. Now if I'm writing a D, I'm writing a D, I'm writing a D, I'm writing a D. Although D is not a data type, but I mentioned above, okay, I am using D letter to name this double data type. If I'll print it out, it will not give me any error. Okay, if I'll print a num, it will not give me any error. It will give me some, okay, sorry, this D is previously defined. That's the issue it happened. Yeah, the main thing is to show how double is translated to the D. Okay, it is printing me 10.9. And you will ask me, like I commented out this thing, you can write, you cannot, you have to use other type defing statements for these other 3Ds. Okay, yeah, it will treat the first double as D, not rest ones. The main thing is type defing. How to type def? Type def, which you want to convert, in which you want to convert. This D is double only, but in order to avoid writing 6 letters long, I wrote a 1 character long D. Okay, so this is type defing. Also, you can also You can also increase this. Suppose I am writing D D D D D. Uh, how many D's? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14. Okay. Now I cannot write a double. I have to write D D D D D D D D D D D D 12 D D. Yeah. Okay. It will be giving us 10.9 only. By type defing, you can convert every word, any word written to any word. Small, like double to D only, or longer, like double to shorter or double to longer. Type defing allows you to do that. If something is very large and you want to avoid it using again and again this much, suppose for example now you will not be getting very familiar with the functionality of this type def, because you will say okay, this double is not very long, this is also acceptable. But suppose, I'm not saying it is existing, but suppose there is a data type very long. Suppose there is a very long data type, this much data type is there. Suppose in C language there is a data type this. You will be pissed off. Believe me, my friend, you will be pissed off writing this do like that infinite times again and again. Then you will realize the importance of this type def. So one time you will write this, and wherever you want to use, avoid this and simply write D. Wherever you using this data type which I have created that is not existing in C++ language, I have just written this to demonstrate you like how type defing actually helps you when it is a very long name, how you can shortly write it everywhere. I hope you are very much clear with the concept of type defing as well. Okay, so let us move to another favorite concept of mine, which is known as comment out. Okay, so I was talking about comments. Like when you, like I was talking that when you, if you are a social media user, you see a post and then below it there is a comment section in which you comment like, oh my friend, you're looking very pretty in this video and blah 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 kind of stuff, right? There are some comments kind of thing in C language and C++. For this purpose, we are more concerned about C++, right? So you have seen me commenting out a lot of stuff in the previous concepts that I've explained you. Okay. Suppose for explaining purpose, I am writing I love playing chess. I hope you are remembering this example. Okay. For to demonstrate you about this full this semicolon, I was explaining you. I have written down this line. I love playing chess. Okay. Now I have to suppose print some number. Directly I am printing something. Suppose 10. It is giving me I was not declared. It will treat it something like valuable content. But according to me, this was the site. This was the garbage content that I have written. I don't want my compiler to focus on this line because it is a wastage. It is just to explain you I have written. But how will I tell my compiler, oh my compiler, don't focus much on this line. This is a waste. This is of no use. You please pay concern to whatever you are teaching. Don't pay attention to this line. So what I can do is I can comment it out. What I can do, I can put a 2// and you see that its color changed from black to blue. Okay, its color changed from black to blue. It means it is commented off. Now it will not give me any error because by commenting out, I instructed my compiler to ignore this line. Okay. And inbuilt thing to comment out is, what you can do is select this whole line and press Control// from your keyboard, from your laptop or your desktop keyboard, and it will automatically get it commented out, or you can directly include this 2//, right? Okay. Now suppose I have multiple lines. Suppose I have multiple lines. Suppose I have 5 lines. Okay. Suppose I have these many lines, these 6 lines, and I have to comment it out. Can I again do this // forward slash, again and again I have to do this forward slash. Suppose there are thousands of lines. So am I be will it be visible to again and again putting this two forward slashes in front of those hundreds or thousands or lakhs of lines? It is not feasible, right? You cannot manually do this. You just have to do two things. You just have to do not two, one thing, to comment out multiple lines. For single line commenting, you are doing two forward slashes. But in order to comment out thousands of lines, what you can do is you will put a forward slash and an asterisk. This star is called as asterisk. Okay, and like it will, okay, by doing this forward slash and asterisk, you have instructed compiler to comment out from this I line, ith word, but you have not given it a range, like where should it stop. It even commented out my return 0 and my this closing parenthesis, curly parenthesis. I don't want to do this. It commented everything from this line. It is not good. So I have to stop it also. For stopping, I'll again do the same thing in reverse order. Asterisk and a forward slash. Now you can see that the brackets I have regained, the return 0 statement I have regained. So in order to comment out multiple lines, again you can do same thing. Select all the lines, press a control forward slash from your keyboard, or what you can do is manually write this forward slash asterisk at the starting. From you want to start the comment out, and after the 1000th line, then you have to stop that comment out by writing asterisk forward slash, right? Okay, this is the comment out thing. Why it is necessary or why it is required? When you are a programmer, as a programmer, you have to write some multiple things for your code to become readable. In order to make your code as readable, you have to add comments. Suppose I am writing int num and I am commenting, I am declaring num. You are easily understanding this now. Okay, I am initializing it. Comments are very necessary. If your code is seen by visible to someone, he or she should automatically know like what you have done in this line. Now it is very much clear. Okay, when I'll forward you this code of these two code pieces on WhatsApp, you will easily get to know, okay, Sonia has declared first the num variable and then Sonia has initialized the num variable. So these comments are very necessary to get your viewers know like what this line stands for, right? So I have shown you how to comment multiple lines. I have shown you how to comment a single line and how to automatically comment any number of lines from your keyboard, right? Okay. Now we are moving very close to the ending of this video. Before ending this video, I would like to cover one more topic which is very necessary. That is constants. Next is constants and variables. Okay, constants and variables. Oh, I wrote variables. Okay. Constant, you know that something is constant. In this whole universe, the value of pi, that is 22/7, is constant. When you go from variable is something which is changeable, which can be changed. Constant is something which cannot be changed at any place on this planet Earth. Suppose my age is something. Okay, it will change every year. By the next year, I will be having age plus 1. By the next year, I will be having age plus 2. It will increase, and someday I'll turn 60 or 70, right? It is a variable. It is changeable. Suppose you are at Haryana. You are in Haryana. If you go to Punjab, the temperature varies. If you go to Shimla, the temperature varies. Temperature is also a variable. It changes. But constant cannot change. Your name is a constant. Till you will not die, your name will be Sonia only, right? Whatever your name is. And the value of pi is also constant. It is universally accepted that pi value is 22/7 or 3.14. If you go to the mountains, you go to the hills, you do a skydiving, pi value will not change. Wherever you go, whatever you do, that is a constant. This is the theoretical part. I have told you what is a constant. I want to practically show you what is a constant. Suppose I am writing int num is equal to 10 and again I am writing num is equal to 10. Num is equal to 100. This num is a variable. Its value is 10. It can be changed. As you can see that in the line number 8, I am changing this num to 100. And when I print this cout num, what do you think? Like, what do you guys think? Will it be printed as 10 or 100? Yes, it will be printed as 100 because 10 is overridden by 100. 100 overrides your 10. If I do again num is equal to 20,000, it will again change. It will give me 20,000 because 100 is overridden by this 20,000. It is changeable, right? But if I put a, how do you declare a constant? Just write a const keyword. Why keyword? Because it is bold, right? Const keyword. And now, can you guys tell like what will be the value of num? After writing this const, it will be 10 only. Okay, it will be 10 only. It is in fact giving me an error. Assignment of read-only variable num. See the error box. It is giving me some error. It is saying that you have written a const keyword in front of this int for this variable name num. Now you cannot change its value. You can only read it. It means you can only print it, but you cannot override this value by num is equal to 100 or num is equal to 20,000. It is giving me 10. It is printing me 10. Getting? So when you are writing a const keyword, your const keyword cannot be changed. It cannot be overridden by any value. It will 10. No matter you give it 50,000, 1 lakh, whatever it is, it will be 10 only. The first value you gave to it, or given to it, right? So, okay. So one more magical thing I would like to show you with variables. In variables, I told you there are 3 steps. First is declaring. Second is initializing. Third is cout num, that is displaying. These are the 3 things that I told you, right? Displaying. But it is not the same case with constants. Why? You cannot do like this. You cannot first declare this and then initialize this and then cout this. This is not possible with this constant. You cannot declare and initialize in separate lines. Here you do a D declare, here you do a I, here you do a display. You cannot do like this. It will give you some error. Let me show you. Okay, it gave you some error. Uninitialized constant num. What just happened? Why we cannot initialize it separately? Const has a nature of blaming without seeing the actual thing. Like in real life, people have like in real life, people blame others without knowing the reason or without getting the justifications of others. Same way, what constant do is, it will say you have not, like in the error box you can see uninitialized const. It will say you have not initialized num. But yeah, we have initialized in the line number 12. Const, can't you see? We have initialized in the my friend const, we have initialized in line number 12. Why can't you see? Const will not bear this. Const will say, I don't want separate declaration and separate initialization. Just declare and initialize at the heat of the moment. I don't want separate initialization. It is very rudely saying this to us. Now it will print you 10, right? So this is the very crucial thing to observe in const keyword. So what is the difference between this const and variables? In variables, declaration and initialization happens differently or same, both options. In constant, you cannot declare initialize in 2 steps. You have to do it 1 step. Variables allow you to override the value, but const will not allow you to override the value. If you have declared it 10 initially, whatever values you change it to, it will remain 10 only. It is constant, it is fixed, it cannot be changed. Okay? Yeah. So this is all about today's class. I hope you all are aware of basic syntax. What is the variable? What are keywords? What are identifiers? What is the difference between a variable and a constant? Thank you for bearing with me this session on this session. I will bring you some amazing content in the next session. Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Thank you, students.